first, you may recognize his talents. He showed off his magical skills right here in Vegas for some time, earning rave reviews. More recently, he was a semifinalist on America's Got Talent.
That's right. World champion magician joins us today. His name is Murray. Magician Murray, hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Fantastic. We're here also with Douglas Leffervich. Bam.
Ooh, you got
it.
Welcome.
Good morning. It's great having you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Murray,
I'm excited. This is early.
It is very early,
wow.
trust me. Semi-finalist on America's Got Talent. What was that like?
You know, it's probably one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever had in my life, you know, because you perform all your life, and then all of a sudden you're put in this, thrust in this #1 show, you know, on TV in the summer, on, you know, all the stations, and you're only given a short amount of time to do something, you know, and that's another reason I brought Doug along, because he's a consultant, you know what I mean? He works with me, you know, when you do something, you need a team. You need everybody. And that's one of those things when you come in, they give you like 2 weeks to get something amazing, and you have to do it.
Yeah.
And what's nice about you is usually those people that help you get to where you are, people don't really show them off, and you're here to do that with Doug.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You know, you look at anybody who does anything great, from the Donald Trumps to, you know, everybody, you know, Steve Wins, to, even here, look how many people run this set, you know. To make you two look great, you know, it takes a team, so it's really important. Well, you got everything. I mean, you got the shirt, and you know, you're put together.
I'll put the shirt on myself.
I mean, did you really?
This is all me right here. I ironed this.
That's the magic trick for this morning.
So, Doug, how are you involved in the process? What's the checkpoints here that you help him with?
I feel like sort of like musicians who have a jam session. A lot of times Murray will have an idea and he'll say, I want to make a train disappear. So we sit down with a pad and paper, start designing different ideas, and try to figure out how to make it work. Obviously, something that large, it's not something that normally you would just be able to do right away. So it's a whole process of sitting down, figuring things out, knowing where the cameras are, and making sure it looks good for the live audience as well as the TV audience.
I mean, what do you have to do to win America's Got Talent if you make a locomotive disappear and you're only a semi-finalist? What happened there? What's the deal?
I'm glad we got your vote. I'm glad we got your vote.
Oh, freaking locomotive. Come on, people.
Well, you know, it's one of those things where what we did is, you know, we made a Ferrari appear early on in the series, you know, really early, here in Vegas, actually, the Proms. And I want to do that because here's the thing, when you're on TV on a show like that, you can't wait till 3 episodes later to go, oh, I'm going to do the Ferrari when I'm on the 3rd episode, because you may not make it to the 3rd. Yeah, so you have to do everything that you think of that's the greatest thing right now. And then once, if you get past that level, then you go home and you freak out, and you figure out what you're going to do next. Yeah. And that's why, you know, like I said, Doug's
we tell people every illusion was a closing illusion.
Yeah.
Every illusion that you saw Murray do was like something that could end a show in Vegas. Produce a car, that could end a show. Turn a girl into a tiger, that could end a show.
You did.
Yeah.
Yes, all these things you did was fabulous.
Yeah.
And congratulations, you opened up a show yesterday at the Flamingo. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm guest starring with Nathan Burton. You know, he's been in town for a while. And, you know, he was on America's Got Talent Season 1, and he did really well. And I just did 5, and he calls me up. We've been friends. Says, you want to come on the show for a week just to hang out and, you know, kind of, you know, because we're good friends. And I said, sure, let's do it. You know, and I'm in town for the week. So we just opened yesterday, and I'm there all week till Friday.
And you're here this morning, so thank you so much for waking up.
That's the magic trick, is getting up this morning.
Yes.
Now, how did you guys get into magic in the first place? Is it always a dream where you're just like one day like, oh, wow, I can just make a money?
You started when you were 7.
I started really young, you know, in the business, from getting a magic kit from my parents and moving up and doing stuff like that. He worked with his father, didn't he?
Yeah, I grew up, and my dad was a lawyer, and my mom played sports with my brother and I. And growing up, my mom said, you should do something with your dad. And my dad always had a fascination with magic, and it was something that we did sort of as a family. So I would do magic shows for the neighbors and relatives with my brother, and it's something that I always sort of just did, and I always liked. I always had a mind for puzzles and figuring things out, and that really came into play with doing magic.
So, I have to ask, Murray, the hair.
I know.
Dude.
I'm telling you. I know. It's shocking, isn't it?
Well, it's
the signature blonde hair with the Armani glasses.
Is I wake up and my hair looks like that. I have to get it down.
You tame it down.
It's just a look. You know, growing up, I was raised on big stars like Dean Martin, Phyllis Diller, Lucille Ball, you know. And, you know, you look at something like Phyllis Diller, it's amazing how well put together she was, you know what I mean? And she had to work hard to not look as attractive as she was. She was such an attractive woman. And she made the shorter dresses, the short sleeve thing, you know, so she looked like a little jester, and her boots that stuck out at the bottom, so she'd look more comical, you know, the cigarette that she never smoked, and the whole thing. So when I was going up in the business, I thought, you know, you need a look. It's one thing to
This is quite the look.
You know, boy, let me tell you. It's like I'm always awake, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those conscious decisions. You want to brand yourself a little bit, you know.
We want a little taste.
Yeah, we got to have a taste. You know, you do magic, and people at home are just dying to see you do a little something. So can you perform for us really quickly?
I want to use one of your props on stage. I noticed you got these little wicker balls.
Yes.
And a pepper.
Okay, I know.
I don't know how that appeared.
I know. Well,
Magic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Denise, grab the pepper.
Okay, yes.
Okay, it's a regular pepper, right? It looks pretty normal,
yes.
right? So we're going to try something. Sean, you're going to help me here.
Okay, yes.
I got a deck of cards, Flamingo, of course.
Okay, very nice. Great place.
Flamingo. And I always use casino cards because that way, you know, they're not rigged or gimmicked. They're just casino cards. I'm going to try
Get them at
something.
any gift shop.
Exactly, any gift shop. And they're just a regular deck, right? So here's what we can do. Say stop whenever you'd like, all right? Fair enough?
Stop whenever you like.
Right, great. Take the card, have a look at it. Show the card to yourself as well as the camera so the audience can see at home.
Oh, hold on. Don't look at the cameras over here because you're
Yeah,
about to see
exactly. I'm just looking at your pepper.
it. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
There it is, everybody.
Okay.
Stare at my pepper all you
All
want.
right, great. I'm going to
Doing a
leave that
great
alone.
job as Vanna White.
Yeah, say stop whenever you want.
Stop whenever you want.
Put it in. Great. Take the deck, shuffle them.
Okay, here we go.
Mix them up really well. And you know, on the way here, because I heard you guys want to see a trick, so I actually swung by like Smith and bought some vegetables. I'm like, wow, I never shot that early in my life. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I got a deck of cards. I'm going to throw the cards at the pepper. So hold your hands out a bit, and one of the cards is going to stick right here on top of the pepper. Okay. All right, so hold your hands out a bit like that.
Like that?
Got it?
Okay.
You ready? This is how it's going to work. Here we go. Ready?
Backing up.
I'm scared.
Right.
I'm scared.
You ready? It's going to hit the pepper.
Okay.
Ready?
Hold
Here
it.
we go. Ready? That would have been great if it worked. Because, like,
It almost did, but I think I moved to the pepper.
Yeah, if I was Harry Potter, no, hold on, I got a better idea. Wait.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a knife.
No!
Yeah.
No!
Take the knife. All right, and take the pepper.
No!
Yeah, and
Okay.
pepper. Look at the pepper first. Oh, it's obviously a regular pepper.
This is a
Okay,
real-
Just cut it open. Cut whichever way you want. Is really what I mean.
Okay.
Don't cut yourself though.
That's the goal.
And open up towards the camera.
I want to see. Oh my God! That was the card that you picked.
This is the card.
Is that 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock. That is ridiculous.
Stop.
And you
Oh
got a
my
pepper
God!
for your
Could you have
breakfast.
done this with an artichoke?
Sure, of course. Whatever
This
you
is
want.
real.
Whatever fruit you want.
Oh my God! That
that's
was
incredible.
Thank you
Very good.
so much for coming on. Congratulations on your show. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sean.
Again, Murray is
Thank
guest starring in
Thank you.
Nathan Burton's comedy magic show at the Flamingo. Catch him tomorrow through the 5th. For more information, just head to the website on your screen. Still ahead, that was super awesome. I know, I love that.